As we come up on the 10th anniversary of the May 20th tornado that devastated Moore and surrounding areas, we're taking a look back at some of those impacted by that day.
Okay, we're talking about just west of I-35. This is going to be especially just right around the Warren Theater, the Moore Medical Center, Royal Park, Moore. This is all on the west side of I-35. You are in the path of this tornado.
David, I think the Moore Medical Center took a direct hit of this tornado.
And while that day in 2013 was filled with so much tragedy and destruction for at least one family, a miracle took place among that chaos.
KOCO's Zach Rael spoke with Shayla Taylor. She was in labor as the tornado barreled down on Moore Medical Center. He has an update today on her son and how that fateful day has come full circle a decade later.
Looking back 10 years later, Shayla Taylor says storms, especially tornadoes, were the last thing on her mind as she started her day on May 20th, 2013. That's because Taylor was scheduled to be induced to give birth to her second son that afternoon.
Severe weather, tornadoes, nothing like that was on my mind at all. It was go in, have a baby, go home, and that's the end of it.
As it turned out, her delivery was anything but that simple. As she got to Moore Medical Center, her doctors and nurses keeping a close eye on the weather forecasts as it was predicted strong storms could be forming that afternoon.
When I got there, the doctor told me that she was going to check the weather and see if I was actually in active labor or anything like that, because there was supposed to be bad weather that day.
Whatever the weather, the baby was well on its way, and Taylor was given an epidural, which means that she could no longer move herself freely. Shortly after, that's when things outside the hospital took a turn for the worst. A tornado emergency was issued.
Around maybe 2 or so, they come in and say that, we're going to have to take cover and my family's going to have to go downstairs to the cafeteria. I can't go anywhere because, like I said, I can't get out of bed.
A rare EF5 tornado was heading right towards Moore Medical Center. Doctors and nurses rushing to get Taylor to a safe spot.
They decided they're going to have to move me to the place where there's no windows, as close away from the outside of the building as they can, which ended up being the OR.
Just minutes later, that massive tornado hit the hospital head on, destroying the building around her.
A lot of people say that you hear silence or like a train or whatever when tornadoes come through, but it was more of a silent thing. Like you didn't really hear anything, you just saw everything kind of falling around you.
This is a photo of what was left of the OR where Taylor was hunkered down. You can see the debris and destruction all around.
When it was actually hitting was when I was the most scared.
Taylor and her family survived, but even with the destruction around them, that didn't change the fact that she was going to give birth very soon. She needed to get to safety.
That was a task in itself because I'm upstairs. And like I said, all the hallways are dark. Even when they carried me down on the backboard, it was dark going down the stairs. You're just kind of looking around, you can't really see much of anything. So the first light I actually saw was once we got outside of the hospital.
Once she was outside, Taylor says she started to realize the true magnitude of the storm.
It was muddy. There was, there were trees and debris everywhere. There were cars and stuff kind of everywhere. So I knew that it was pretty bad.
She was then rushed to Norman Regional Hospital, where she successfully gave birth at 7:30 p.m. to her second son, Braden.
He will be 10. And he's doing good. He's in 4th grade now. He knows a lot about the day he was born, so we talk about it all the time.
A decade later, and Taylor says it's hard to believe that so much time has already passed.
Coming up on 10 years feels a little surreal. Like it doesn't feel like it's been 10 years. Since the tornado happened. Of course, my daily reminder is my child.
Taylor using her unique delivery experience to help other soon-to-be moms. Today, she's now a nurse at the very hospital where she gave birth at Norman Regional Hospital.
It's definitely come full circle. I work in labor and delivery, which I absolutely love.
In fact, she even works with that same doctor who delivered Braden.
She didn't realize who I was for a while because I never told her. And then one day she just walks up to me and she's like, "You're Shayla, aren't you?" And I was like, yeah. And so she starts showing me pictures that she had from the hospital and stuff. And so we just kind of shared our pictures and, I told her thank you.
Even though so many people lost so much on May 20th, 2013, a glimmer of hope and a miracle also took place that day, something Taylor says she will never take for granted.
I think about, all the lives that were lost that day. And of course, I'm blessed to have a miracle out of the situation. But I always remember those that were lost.
Zach Rael, KOCO 5 News.